Hello everyone, this is SL Kadam. I welcome all of you in my class. I gave you one assignment on WhatsApp group yesterday. I hope you have handled it, you have done it. Many of you must have got the answers of many sentences. How to deal the grammatical activity, that is we are going to discuss today. I'll read one by one the sentences and instruction and what you are expected to do here. I'll tell you. The first one is there: when you and Hillary reach the top, put them at the peak. Instruction is rewrite using no sooner than. All of you know no sooner than. You must have handled no sooner than in 10th, 9th, 8th standard. It's very easy conjunction, and the use of no sooner than indicates, or what is the purpose of using no sooner than. The sequence of action is indicated by no sooner than. It means one after another actions happen that we indicate, that we express using no sooner than, as soon as, when, while, after, before, as, since, whenever. These conjunctions actually indicate the sequence of action. Actually, it is a conjunction of time clause. You must have heard clauses in complex sentence. There are some clauses, actually adverb clause, and in adverb clause it is adverb clause of time. It is a conjunction of adverb clause of time, and it indicates sequence of action. It means time of action. So how to use no sooner than? uh, you have to use by replacing when, no sooner than. It means specially no sooner. And after using no sooner, you have to use helping verb, then subject and verb. For that you have to check the verb, it means tense of the main verb of the first sentence. That is, we can say time clause. Here what is the time clause, or which is the time clause? When you and Hillary reach the top, this is time clause. Okay, and the second one, put them at the peak, that is main clause. It means principal clause, and the first one is subordinate clause. So by replacing when, you have to place there no sooner. After that, use proper helping verb, either do, does, or did. Now when to use do or does? If the main verb of the subordinate clause, it means here reach, R-E-A-C-H, reach. If the main verb of the subordinate clause is in present tense, then you have to use either do or does. If it is in simple past tense, then you have to use did generally. Okay, so if the main verb is in present tense, then select either do or does. Now check reach, R-E-A-C-H, reach. It is of course V1. It means verb form of first form of verb, and it is simple present tense. The verb doesn't have es suffix, so you have to use do. If the verb has es suffix, it means if you are given reaches, okay, then you have to use does. Okay, if you are not given here es or es suffix, so you have to use do. And then the subject and the main verb in base form. Base form means verb first form, V1 form. And before the second clause, it means main clause, before the next subject or next verb, you have to use the second conjunction. It means the part of no sooner, that compound conjunction, that is than. It means remember, always take care here. You have to use THAN spelling. Many students use generally THEN. You cannot use THEN, you have to use THAN. So what can be the change here? By removing when, you have to use no sooner. After no sooner, use do, then the subject, then the verb, remaining words, and before the next clause you have to use than, and the remaining words of the next clause. It means subject and verb and remaining words. So what may be the answer here? No sooner do you and Hillary reach the top than put them at the peak. Okay, you cannot use here is or are or am. That will be a blunder to use am is are. Many students feel, why can't they use am is are? See, if you are given am is are in the sentence, if by default if you see am is are in the time clause, then that you can use. It means in reverse way or in inverse pattern you can use that. This is actually inverse pattern. No sooner, after no sooner you have to use helping verb. Okay, after no sooner if you directly use subject and then helping verb and verb, that will be wrong. Why it is wrong? Because you are using no, and therefore you have to use there a proper helping verb, and in inverse pattern we always use no sooner conjunction. Okay, once again I'll tell you the answer. No sooner do you and Hillary reach the top than put them at the peak. Before put, there is no any subject because subject is shared here. Who is expected to put there that flag or all these things? Both. It means here Hillary and Tenzing. So therefore, you and Hillary, that subject is shared. Okay, that is the answer. Next sentence, second, Colonel Hunt gave me 3 flags. Change the voice. Actually, these days, such kind of instruction is not expected. Generally, you are told to begin the sentence with 3 flags or begin the sentence with I. Okay, change the voice may not be asked or this instruction may not be given, but you can understand. I deliberately mentioned that. Okay, now there can be 2 answers here by using indirect object me and by using direct object 3 flags. Colonel Hunt gave me 3 flags. Okay, before converting the main verb into passive form, you have to check what is the tense of the verb, who is the doer of the action, what is the receiver of the action, or who is the receiver of the action. Okay, the doer of the action is called as subject, receiver of the action is called as object. The action is mentioned here. Colonel Hunt is the subject. Why Colonel Hunt is the subject? Because he is the doer of the action. Who gave? Colonel Hunt gave. What Colonel Hunt gave? 3 flags. Who Colonel Hunt gave? 3 flags. Me. It means the verb gave has 2 objects. Which 2 objects? Me and 3 flags. When the verb takes 2 objects, it means the first object, especially indirect object, that is called as, that is in personal pronoun, and direct object, that is always in the form of non-living thing, inanimate thing. 3 flags, non-living thing, me, personal pronoun. Sometimes verb takes 2 objects. So you can make passive form by using either of these objects, either using me as subject, at first by converting me into I, and 3 flags as subject. Now the second thing is check the tense of the verb. Gave is simple past tense, that is V2. So what the formula says of passive voice of simple past tense, after using the object as subject, you have to use either was or were and V3 form of the main verb. Okay, so if you want to use indirect object as the subject of passive voice, then the answer will be what? I was given. After I, you cannot use where. Everybody knows that. It would be a blunder to use where. I was given. I was given what? 3 flags. Immediately after using indirect object as subject, you have to use helping verb, then V3 form, and after the main verb, it means V3 form, you have to place there what? In the direct object, that is 3 flags, and then preposition by, and then the doer of the action, which becomes subject here, that is Colonel Hunt. So answer, I was given 3 flags by Colonel Hunt. That is the answer first. Second answer, by using 3 flags. It means by using direct object as the subject. If you are using 3 flags, then check what is the number of the subject. Here it is plural, it's not singular. If it is singular, then you have to use was. If it is plural, then you have to use were. 3 flags, F-L-A-G-S, that S tells you have to use were. Okay, so 3 flags were given. V3 of gave is given, were given. After using given, it means after placing V3 form of gave, you should be very careful here. You have to use preposition TO2 Then indirect object in its usual form, that is objective form, me. Three flags were given to me by Colonel Hunt. This is the second answer. Remember, active and passive constructions are very important. I have seen so many learned persons who make blunders while using passive voice, okay, or while using active voice. You must have all time sense that who is the doer of the action, who is the receiver of the action. It means when you want to use active verb, okay, you should know that is the subject really doer of the action, or is the subject receiver of the action. You cannot say like this. See how the blunders can happen generally. If I say Ramesh killed a snake. Ramesh killed a snake. The sentence has a sense. You can understand who killed. Ramesh killed. What Ramesh killed? Snake. Okay. Doer of the action, Ramesh. Receiver of the action, snake. The action done, killed. But if I say, okay, Ramesh was killed a snake. Ramesh was killed a snake. Many students use was or is. They feel to use is was frequently. Ramesh was killed a snake. Okay, the speaker wants to say Ramesh killed the snake. Action of killing done on snake, not on Ramesh. If you use was killed, Ramesh was killed. Construction indicates action of killing done on Ramesh, not on snake. So it is a blunder to use was after Ramesh. Okay, so in this way the sentence becomes nonsense. Remember, such mistakes happen many times. Okay, you cannot say snake killed Ramesh. Okay, snake killed Ramesh may have some sense sometimes, but generally the action is done by living beings, human beings. Okay, so many times, just like suppose you drive car, you drive bike, you cannot say it means car drove Ramesh. It's a blunder. Okay, who drives car? Ramesh drove car. Ramesh drives car. Okay, car cannot itself drive Ramesh. Okay, I locked the door. Okay, I locked, Locked. I locked the door. The sentence has sense. Okay, door cannot get locked itself. Okay, action of locking can be done by by human beings. I cannot say I am locked the door. I am locked the door, or I was locked the door. How that sentence has actually a blunder. It means it doesn't have any sense. Okay, so while using passive voice or active voice, always use the sense and have in mind that what are you going to convey. You want to mention subject as a doer of action or subject as a receiver of action. Remember, if you want to say that Suresh submitted the form, the sentence has sense. If you say Suresh was submitted the form, Suresh was submitted the form, it's a blunder. How can Suresh was submitted? Action of submission or action of submitting the form done on Suresh. How it is possible? How can Suresh get submitted? What can get submitted? Form can get submitted. So you cannot use was. Okay, form was submitted by Suresh. It has sense. But form submitted Suresh, if you say, it's a blunder again. Okay, so such mistakes happen while reading, while speaking, while listening someone. Have that sense all time. Okay, therefore I have mentioned speaking English is very easy. Speaking correct English is quite challenging. It doesn't mean that it's impossible or very difficult. With practice, with cautious approach, you can inculcate that habit. Okay, therefore spotting the error is very important. Finding the errors, common errors, you must have that awareness always. While reading anything, always check the errors. Okay, it doesn't mean that every write-up is error. Okay, it doesn't mean that, but always have that sense. Keep in mind, is it right sentence, is it wrong sentence? If it is wrong, what is the mistake? Find out. There are some books of grammar where you can find the errors. Okay, common errors, you would say, common error book, and that book will tell you generally which common mistakes, common errors are committed by people. If you find out, or if you understand those mistakes, definitely it will be very beneficial for you, and you will make less errors while using English, while writing English. Okay, that is expected. Now the next one, what does it matter whether I reach the top first or Hillary? What is the instruction? Sorry, rewrite it as an assertive sentence. I told you while discussing the text, rewrite it as an assertive sentence. It is a rhetorical question. Okay, and when the rhetorical or rhetorical question is positive, the effect is negative. It means the assertive sentence should be made negative. Many students get confused when they see assertive sentence. They feel they are expected to write a positive sentence. Remember, assertive sentence doesn't mean affirmative sentence. Assertive sentence means either affirmative or negative. Assertive sentence has got two types. Affirmative means positive or negative. Now check here, what does it matter whether I reach the top first or Hillary? This question, this rhetorical question doesn't have not. It means it is positive rhetorical question. You are supposed to make negative assertive sentence. It means you have to use not after does. What will be the answer? It does not matter. That's it. Just you have to write subject it, then helping verb does, then not, and then the main verb matter. Matter is a verb here. It doesn't matter, or it does not matter whether I reach the top first or Hillary. Okay, that is the answer. Keep in mind, if the rhetorical question is negative, the assertive sentence is positive. If it is rhetorical question, if it is positive, then assertive sentence is negative. It's very easy, and with practice, with observation, you can do it. Okay, next one, fourth sentence, one couldn't do it alone. Instruction, rewrite using be able to. One couldn't do it alone. Using be able to is a very easy thing. Easiest task, I would say. Be able to. Be, form of be. Which are the forms of be? Am, is, are, was, were, and been. B-double-E-N, been. So here you are expected to use one of them. Okay, whenever you are given could, okay, could, you have to use either was able to or were able to. If you are given can, then you have to use either am able to, is able to, or are able to. Okay, am, is, are able to can be the replacement for can. Was, were able to can be replacement for could. Of course, you have to maintain not if it is given. If not given, don't maintain. So what will be the answer? One could not do it alone. See, students may make mistake here. Many students know that they are expected to use either was or were, because could can be replaced with either was or were. But what to use, was or were, after one? Okay, many students feel one where. You cannot use one where. The subject is indefinite pronoun and it is singular. So if the subject is singular, you have to use was. If subject is plural, you have to use where. So answer, one was not able to do it alone. One was not able to do it alone. That is the answer. Next sentence, I was very thirsty. I was very thirsty. Okay, so what is the instruction here? Rewrite using past perfect tense. Now, how to use past perfect tense? What is the structure of past perfect tense? Formula of past perfect tense. Very simple formula. What is the formula? Subject plus had as a helping verb, HAD had, subject plus HAD had, plus V3. V3 means verb third form. Now, what is the verb third form? You must know of every verb. Actually, you must have awareness about V1, V2 and V3 form while using English. Remember, vocabulary is very important. These verb structures must be known to you. I always say to students, if you want to drive the vehicle of English, you must have the fuel of words, fuel of vocabulary. Just like, for driving any bike or any car, what is required? You need fuel. Of course, you need the skill of driving. You need to know that. But in spite of knowing the need, sorry, in spite of knowing the skill of driving, if you don't have the fuel in the car or bike, you can't drive it. So, in spite of knowing the grammar or in spite of knowing the technicalities of the language, if you are short of vocabulary, if you don't have words, okay, then definitely you can't drive the vehicle of English. So, V1, V2, V3 forms must be known to you, and remaining words also general words. So, what is the V3 form of was? That is been. Okay, V1 am is are, V2 was were, V3 been. Many students get confused here. They don't feel was is a main verb here. They feel was is a helping verb. Remember, was or am is are or was were or been can be used by two ways. What are the two ways? They can be used as either helping verbs to form tenses, or they can be used as main verbs to form tenses. Okay, here was, I was very thirsty. Here was is not helping verb. Here was is main verb. Okay, and what is the answer then? As per the formula, yes plus had plus V3. What is the V3 of was? Been. Answer, I had been very thirsty. I had been very thirsty. I subject, had helping verb, been V3 form. Very thirsty, the remaining words, thirsty, adjective, very, adverb. Next one, I was not afraid to die that day. I was not afraid to die that day. What is the instruction? Rewrite by converting it into an affirmative sentence. It means make positive sentence. You are given negative sentence. Here making positive sentence means not just moving not, removing not. Remember, you have to maintain the meaning of the sentence. If you just omit not or replace not, then the meaning of the sentence gets changed. Okay, you have to maintain the meaning. Just like, for example, when you say I am happy, and if I ask you make it negative, I am happy, what is the negative of I am happy? You cannot say I am not happy. If you say I am not happy, then the meaning is changed. I am happy and I am not happy, completely opposite meaning. What is expected? I am happy, negative of I am happy, I am not sad. I am not sad means I am happy. Right? So here also you are expected to maintain the meaning. Antonym, I would say, opposite of the content word here, afraid. Okay, I was not afraid to die that day. Everybody knows the meaning of afraid. Afraid means to get scared, to get fear. Fear, F-E-A-R. Everybody experiences that fear. I was not afraid to die that day. It means I was fearless. Okay, I was fearless to die that day, or I was fearless about death on that day. Okay, actually that would be more appropriate. I was fearless about death on that day. You have to make some arrangements. It means you have to use about preposition if you want to use death. Here death is a noun. In the given sentence, to die is an infinitive, and then after using death noun you have to use again another preposition on. So answer, I was fearless about death on that day. Okay, that is the appropriate answer. Next sentence, we had our oxygen mask on. Had our oxygen mask on. Identify the tense, that is the instruction. Okay, interesting sentence it is. I have seen many students may here answer it is as a past perfect tense. Many students feel it is past perfect tense. As soon as they see had, they feel it is past perfect tense. But it is not past perfect, it is simple past. Okay, why it is simple past? Because what is the sentence? See, we had our oxygen mask on. Had is the main verb. Okay, had is not helping verb here. Had is used as main verb and it is verb second form, V2 form of have has. Okay, just like am is are, was were, been. Am is are V1, was were V2, been V3. In the same way, have has V1, had V2, had V3. You can use have has as helping verb as well as main verb. Here, V2 form of had is used as main verb of this sentence and this is simple past tense. It's not past perfect tense. Why it is not past perfect tense? Just I have told you. What is the formula of past perfect? Yes plus had plus V3. And what is the formula of simple past? Yes plus V2. So if you want to mention it as past perfect, where is the V3 form after had? Okay, there is no V3 form after had. There is our oxygen not verb, had is the only verb, so it is V2 form. This is simple past tense. Okay, I would take the lead and then Hillary. It's very simple. Rewrite with used to, used, used to. Okay, very easy instruction it is, sentence. What is the answer? Whenever you are asked to use or asked to replace would with alternative, then you have to use used to, because there is a formula or general use of would and used to. Would equals to used to, or used to equals to would. Would is a modal auxiliary and alternative for would, alternative means substitute for this modal auxiliary, is used to. Used to is not modal auxiliary, remember. Used to is an alternative for would. If you want to express routine action of past time or habitual action of past time or customary action of past time, then you have to use would or used to. Okay, while by using modal auxiliary would you can do that, by using used to also you can express the same thing, that is a routine action of past time. So what is the answer? Just replace would with used to, remove would and put there used to. It's very simple. What is the answer? We used to I used to take the lead and then Hillary. This is the answer. Next one, I have been asked many times. I have been asked many times. What is the instruction here? Rewrite beginning with the reporters. Okay, just at the beginning I have told you, these days in the exam paper, change the voice instruction is not seen. What is the instruction generally given? Begin the sentence with XYZ. Here it is given. What? Rewrite beginning with the reporters. So whenever you are given this instruction, check the structure of the verb. Here form of the verb. What is given? Have been asked. See, that is the difference. Have been asked and have asked. Tremendous difference is there. Have been asked is a passive form of verb. Have asked is a active form of verb. If I use I have asked, it means action of asking is done by me. Okay, I have asked. If I say I have been asked, it doesn't mean that action of asking is done by me. It means action of asking is done on me. There is a difference. Remember, too much difference. I have asked, I have been asked, too much difference, and that I have been telling you. A few people understand these things and they make mistakes while writing and speaking. I have been asked and I have asked. So here been helping verb tells you the verb is in passive form, it means the subject is inactive here. Subject is not active, subject is passive. Passive voice means subject is inactive. Subject is inactive means subject is not doing any action. So what is subject doing here? Subject is receiving the action. Therefore it is called as passive subject, receiver of action. So who is the doer of the action? Here given reporters. It is present perfect tense, have been asked, and in passive voice of present perfect, after have or has we use been and V3 form. So what is the answer here? Reporters have asked me many times. Reporters have, why I have used have? Because reporters is a plural form, plural subject that you are expected to use here, and after reporters you cannot use has, it will be again a blunder. Okay, reporters have asked me many questions. This is active voice structure. Now who is the doer of the action? Reporters. Who is the receiver of the action? Me. What is the action done here? Asking, right? Reporters have asked me many times, actually, sorry, many times. This is the answer of this sentence. And now the last sentence, I have a copy of Hillary's statement. I have a copy of Hillary's statement. And what is the instruction? Rewrite using future perfect tense. Interesting it is. What is the formula of future perfect tense? Structure of future perfect tense. Subject plus shall oblique will plus have plus V3 form. Subject plus shall oblique will plus have plus V3 form of the verb. Okay, now what is the answer here? Now see what is the main verb. I have a copy. I have a copy. Have is the main verb here. Just I have told you. Have has can be used as main verb as well as helping verb. Here in this sentence, I have a copy. Have is used as a main verb and it is simple present tense. You are supposed to convert this into future perfect tense. So what is the structure of future perfect tense? Subject plus shall oblique will plus have plus V3 form, right? Subject plus shall will plus have plus V3 form. Now what is the V3 form of have? V3 form of have is had. Okay, V1 form is have has, V2 form is had, and V3 form is also had. So the sentence becomes interesting. What is the answer? I shall or I will can be used. I will or I shall have had. I will have had or I shall have had. Will have had. Will have had. Will have had. Will modal auxiliary. Have helping verb. Had V3 form of have. Because this formula of future perfect is what? Shall oblique will. Either shall or will you can use. Then have. Then V3 form. And remaining words it means either object or complement. Here I will have had copy of Hillary's statement. So this is the answer of the last sentence. Okay, I hope you have understood the discussion. Keep reading the text and keep solving the sentences. So many sentences are there. In this way you can locate the sentences and on your own you can get the instructions and do the work. Okay, you are expected to discuss grammar too, because I have told you in the activity sheet you are given some sentences of grammar and such activities may be asked there. Sometimes you may be given some options. Out of 4 options you have to choose, just like last sentence or any sentence you may be given ready-made answers. Okay, out of the 4 you have to choose correct, but for choosing also, for selecting any options you must be aware about all these things, then only you can select the correct answer. Okay, so this is how the discussion. I hope you have got it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.